Hello Stampers! Today I am going to show you the technique of inlaid embossing. When I first started doing this technique I didn't know its technical name, and so I used to call it Faux Designer Series paper. Because what it does, if you look at it closely, and I don't know how well you can see this, but it makes it look like the punches that have been put on top are actually part of the paper. So it's like making your own designer series paper. So today I'm going to show you how to do this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece of cardstock, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And I picked that size because it's going to lay perfectly on a card front with just a small mat around the edges. Then what you do is you take your pieces that you have punched out. In this case I'm going to do hearts because Valentine's Day is coming and it's so close. So I've punched out some hearts using the full heart punch. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my adhesive on them and I'm going to lay them on my cardstock. Just do it in a random order. And when I am putting my punches on my cardstock, I like to hang them over the edge just a little bit, because I think that way when you trim the edges off of it, it gives it more of that designer series paper look. So I'm just going to turn it over and trim off my edges with my paper snips. Love these scissors. They are fantastic scissors. And just a little piece here. Okay. So now I'm going to pull in my Big Shot. When you purchase your Big Shot, it comes with these three things. It comes with your multi-purpose platform, and it is a great tool to have because it will list in it on all of these tabs, depending on which of the Sizzix dies you use, whether it be the original dies or the embosslets or the sizzlets or the embossing folders, whatever. It tells you all the layers that you need to make your sandwich for your Big Shot. And I do know that when using the embossing folders, we're going to use it on tab 1. So I'm going to open up tab 2 so that tab 1 is on front, on the top, and I'm simply going to slide it into my Big Shot. Now, your Big Shot also comes with 2 cutting plates. Now, when you first get them, they're going to be nice and pretty and see-through and everything, but you can see these have been loved and used a lot. And so they get like that, so they're kind of dirty looking, but that's okay. They still do their job and they still work perfectly. So for my sandwich, I'm going to put down my main part here, then I'm going to put my piece of bread. Then when I'm making my sandwich innards, I'm actually going to use the square lattice embossing folder. I think this gives one of the best looks with this technique. And you know that when you open your embossing folders, or you have them, if you see the word Stampin' Up facing up, that is the top. So I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to stick my designer series paper or my cardstock in there, and I'm just going to close it up, lay it on my cutting pad, take my second cutting pad, lay it over the top. Give it a little nudge, and then just crank it through. Okay, take my top layer off, squeeze it back through. Then when you open up your embossing folder, ta-da! It gives it the cool technique that it really does look like it's a designer series paper. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to create the rest of my card, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here is my finished card. The top part here is what we did with the inlaid embossing, and I just kind of put some ruffly ribbon on there and my sentiment, so that's how that card looks. Some others that I have completed is I did this one here, which was with the birthday bakery hostess set, and the background here is what has been inlaid embossed. I just did different size circles that were punched out and embossed on there. And most recently, I did this card, which this is what has been inlaid embossed, and I just punched out the hearts with our small heart punch and put them on. And this one was actually embossed with the perfect polka dot embossing folder, whereas the other two that I did were with the square lattice folder. Thanks for joining me.